Hi, my name is Garrett Maxon. Today we're going to go over a basic command of text and graphics, creating a template with it. So we're going to start off by loading our user profile. Right now mine's already loaded. And go to Tools, and go to Add New Command. And we are going to make a command name for this. For this is actually a GI template that I've made up already. So we're going to call this a canned GI template. And for our, we'll go ahead and train it real quick. Canned GI template. And be done with that. Our description is going to be a GI template. And our group we will keep in the default user defined group. We will be using this in Word, which I'm going to go ahead and make a Word file right now. Microsoft Word. Open that up. And then when we go back into here, we'll go to the application specific. Application is going to be Microsoft Word. Recognizable states we don't need to worry about. Text and graphics is the type of command we're going to make. Our name editor is going to say the same thing as my command name up here and my command name here, which is just what we're saying to call the command. Down here is the content. We're not going to style this at all. We're going to let Word style it by default, so we're going to use a plain text. And I'm going to go ahead and copy paste over my template that I already have. So here you'll see that this is the beginning of the template. The specimen label, the patient's name and medical record number is designated. And down point we're going to have a variable. Right now there's already something there showing that. But down here you'll see this button, a variable. And go ahead and click that wherever we want to put a variable. And you'll see that the same brackets appear as they do over here. But there's a default value in the middle of it. Those default values can be changed to whatever you want to have it. So where this is saying the record number is designated, or medical record number is designated, we'll just have designation there as a kind of a cue to what we're supposed to say when that variable is chosen. And we'll go over how that's selected soon. So the next part is received in formalin R, and right now we're looking for a number. So we're going to put number. Tan, white, red tissue fragments ranging from, again, looking for a number, a measurement, there and there up to, oh, wrong place. You have to be careful and make sure that it's inside the brackets. When you call the next variable, which I'll show you in a second, Dragon's going to look for these brackets, and anything in the middle of it will be selected as well, but this will be the starting bracket and the ending bracket, and it'll select everything from inside. And again, we'll see that in just a second. I'm just going to edit this so it looks a little bit better. Again, yeah, whatever you put in here in the comments is the way it's going to come out on the in Word. And that is the end of our variables. So our template is going to be used again and again and again, so we need to make sure when we use a template that it can fit all the different GIs that we're doing. So this is one of 4 commands I have for a GI. Based on if it's just one. This one happens to be for multiple, just because the verbiage will change. So fragments would change to fragment, and ranging from would be measures. So you'll make different ones, but to have this one called as part of an organization, you'll have to come up with. So we're going to go ahead and save this. Remember, it's canned GI template. We're going to make sure it's in Word, and then it's also in plain text so that there's no styling going on. We're going to save it. We're going to go into Word, and we're going to call it canned GI. Turn on the microphone. Canned GI template. Undo. Canned GI template. And there is our template that we just made. So I'm going to navigate this by saying next variable, and it's going to bring me through each one of them as we go. Next variable. As you can see, the first one is highlighted, and I'm going to give a designation of Secum. Secum. Next variable. 2. Correct that. Choose one. On my other screen, the correction window popped up, and that's why I was able to see choose one. You weren't able to see that on here. But as far as it saying TO instead of TWO, that can also be corrected, and I'll show you that in a later tutorial. This is a new Dragon program on here, so we haven't been able to go through and edit things and format things we want to, and there's no conceptual way for Dragon to know just from one word whether or not I mean to TWO or TOO or TO, or just the number 2 as well. So we'll go over that in later tutorials and allowing Dragon to figure out what you're actually saying. Next variable, 2.0. Next variable, 2.0. And that is one way of getting around it, and using 2.0. In this, we can't really do that, but over here, if we say 2.0 as opposed to 2, it's going to make a little bit more sense to Dragon, and it'll be able to create it. So once again, we went into creation command, named it, trained it, gave a description of it. User group is defined, application specific to Word, or whichever word processor you may be using. In Pathology at Kaiser, we use Microsoft Word. The command type, text and graphics. Name editor not important, again, to make your command in the content window. User variables, you can put cues on what you're supposed to say on each variable using variable and then putting it on the inside of it. And then make sure you save as plain text. And that is how you make a basic text and graphics template. Thank you for listening.